comes with a note. Sit, drink. Hey.
Case I doze off.
Alright. Alright. Let's go ahead and get some of this selling underway, shall we? Let's
Welcome, please peruse. The best diverse wares in two.
Show me what.
No, we need to keep the grapes. Why do we keep grapes? Because grapes turn into purple dye. And every time we upgrade armor, which we're gonna have to do again at level 34, we end up having to re-dye our equipment. All right. Oh, forgot a saddle. Non-humans, gold. All right. Let's get on out of here.
So,
Anything better in all Tucson?
Old Tucson.
Let's
Let's get this guy to repair our stuff. And actually, we're gonna pick up this quest so it stops telling us about it.
all these diagrams somehow wound up in Toussaint? How is that even possible?
Toussaint was once home to Tiensail, a legendary and now deceased elfin master armorer. Witches from all corners of the world came to him to forge their plate, their mail.
Heard about him. Supposed to have been the best.
And thus he charged the king's ransom for his work. Witches would take difficult, dangerous work to earn the coin to pay him. Some, alas, met with misfortune, and the diagrams they carried were left to rot with their earthly remains.
Got it. Find them, find the diagrams. But how can I know where to look for their remains?
As it happens, I learned my trade at Jensail's side. So I heard the stories of the missing witches firsthand. What he told me, well, that is what discouraged me from seeking the diagrams out myself. We must strike a deal. I shall tell you all I know. In return, once you found the diagrams, you will let me draft a copy.
I mean, that's a fair deal. I can get behind that.
Where do I look for these diagrams?
I know of 5 likely fallen witches, each from a different school of the wolf, griffin, cat, bear, and manticore. Which should I start with?
Cat.
Let's talk about the cat.
A year ago, Bartolome Delaunay, the ducal armorer, asked me to confirm the authenticity of a Witcher diagram he had received by messenger. You see, at the time he was working on new armor for the ducal guard. A Witcher from the School of the Cat offered to sell him diagrams for a full set of gear. The diagrams would have been helpful indeed.
The diagram you saw, was it really a Witcher diagram?
Beyond any doubt. It's a shame Delaunay didn't let me draft a copy. He was quite shaken up, afraid the Witcher might simply kill him and take his coin. Possibly a well-founded fear. Soon after, Delaunay disappeared without a trace. I would have searched his former home for clues, but it has fallen into disrepair, and it is simply too dangerous there.
Alright, we're gonna go through all of these just to get the information. So that way this dude stops telling us about these quest lines every time we come in to sell things to him. Hey, Runa, hey, welcome in. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Mother of Legend, hey, Mom. Welcome in. I hope you're having an outstanding day at work.
Tell me about my brother, the wolf.
His name was Atom. I remember him well. My master liked him, helped him find a safe yet well-paid contract. A few years ago, an archaeological expedition arrived in Tucson from Castel Gropian. They questioned my master about the elfin ruins at Termes. He warned them of the danger there and recommended they take Aton as an escort.
What kind of danger did he mean? Any idea?
Legend claims wraiths haunt the chambers beneath Termes. I cannot say if there is any truth to this, but both the scholars and the Witcher disappeared without a trace.
The Griffin. What can you tell me about him?
He came some 200 years ago, but my master remembered him well. This Witcher was not stripped of emotions, you see, as his colleagues were.
Oh, a second Witcher that's an
Taken
exception to
on
the Witcher
contract
rule.
At Fort Usa, and required better gear. He showed my master his diagrams, paid a deposit, and was never seen again. Apparently he rode off one night from the fort, never to return.
Any idea where he went?
No, it said he left in a rush, so he may have left something behind. Only ruins remain of Fort Usa, but you may wish to search them.
Tell me more about the bear, can you?
He appeared shortly after Master Tiensail took me on as his apprentice. I remember the bear-head medallion that hung from his neck. I remember a towering witcher who haggled like a fishwife.
Witchers never have too much coin.
True, this one clearly was not wealthy. But he pledged to bring us coin after he completed a contract at the Tufo vineyard, where a building had just collapsed. Time passed. The bear never showed, and my master sent me to the Tufo estate. As it turned out, the Witcher had indeed accepted a job. Yet that was all they heard of him, and that is all I know.
School of the Manticore. Probably know the least about it, though once, long ago, wore some armor forged there.
My master said the Manticores have their fortress in the Far East. A century past, one of their number came to him, a witcher named Merton. He made a poor impression on my master. He stank like a dwarf still, and quarreled fiercely all the time. Tiensail slammed the door in his face and told him to return when he sobered up. He would conduct no business with a drunk. The Witcher, however, failed to return. Folk say he got into a booze-fueled brawl with the ducal guard. He was arrested and sentenced. Bastoy prison, where he was held, well, it's been a ruin for years. Still, you may want to start your search there.
Alright, so we got all the information from him. So now we can actually go and
Would you craft?
talk to him without having to get that quest brought up every single time anymore. Alright, let's repair our gear. Yep. Alright. Let's head on out.
Good luck on the path.
But the Peyran falls victim to his own cowardice.
Let's see. Quests. Which contracts? Okay. Secondaries. Skelligas. Alright, we're done with the Skelliga stuff, so other than the fist fighting. let's go do the Fist of Novigrad. Woo! Alright, so the vineyard, there it is. Gotta go check and make sure we don't got any white wolf wine sitting in the cellar. And if we do, we gotta make sure we grab it up. Nope, no wine. So, what if we meditated? I want to grab at least one shipment before we go back to the mainland. Woo! Nope. Meditate. Because it's every 5 days. Every 5 days you receive a shipment of wine that is deposited in the cellar of your vineyard. And it's deposited in these 2 barrels here. Do 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 do. We're just gonna rest a few days here. Well, 2 days. And then we're gonna go back and check again. Alright, alright, alright. There it is. Let's see. And there we go. Our White Wolf wine shipment.
Wine is better than stew.
Get our buffs before we go back in and continue these crazy adventures, because the next sections of what we're going to be handling is all going to be DLC stuff. I don't know, because I really want to chase... See, I'm still torn on that, because I really do want to chase the Witcher gear. And the Witcher gear, I also need to go to Scareborne for. Okay, so put our trophy back on. Drop that off. You know what? We also gotta go to Novigrad, get those coins exchanged, because that's like over 2,000 crowns we're sitting on. And we gotta grab the armor bench. Grinding wheel, that's right, there it is. Alright, then let's get on out of here. And we are gonna go to White Orchard first to sell all this honeycomb that we were
His
carrying
long
around.
search for Ciri led Geralt to conclude that Uma, the ugliest man alive and the victim of a curse, was the key to finding the young woman.
All right. So again, we are in White Orchard. This is the starting area when you start this game in Witcher 3. If you come back here, you should have access to this herbalist, because she's part of the main storyline in this area, so that you can get out of here when you're dealing with the Archgriffin. She opens up when you get told about Buckthorn. Right. And she
Yes?
will pay more for the honeycomb than anybody else in the game that I
Got
have
any
found.
herbs you're willing to sell?
I'm sure I can find something.
It's not a lot more, but it's still more. So, look at that. Boom. She didn't even have enough coin to actually buy everything. Isn't that fantastic? Alright. Alchemy. Let's see, what do we need to do? We need a lot of white gall, it looks like. Missing mutagens. What are we missing here? These were just missing. Okay, so 2 blues. Let's see. Do we have the 2 blues? What are those requiring? White gall. Okay, white gall. What are we missing? We are missing and Drake cordial. But she also sells these flowers, which we need. She doesn't sell Mondrake cordial. I guess we're gonna have to go to a tavern for that. Huh. Alright. Let's head on out.
Farewell.
Woo! Run, girl. Alright. Up and over the hill. Back to the signpost. Head on into No Man's Land, Felon. You know, I don't understand why they call it No Man's Land. What, because there's a conflict going on? Really? No. No Man's Land is a term from World War I, and no man could survive on the land between the trench lines. That's why it was referred to as No Man Land. People are obviously surviving here in Velen, with all these settlements and such. So, like, I don't understand the term, why they would choose to call it No Man's Land. It doesn't make sense. Alright, so let's go. We need to go to the Hierarch Square. Actually, we can go to this fight and then go to the Hierarch Square from here.
His long search for Ciri led Geralt to conclude that Uma, the ugliest man alive and the victim of a curse, was the key to finding the young woman.
Woo! Alright. Fist fighting time.
This is no regret.
Mercy!
Where's the bookie? You are a oh, there's the bookie in the back.
Name's Geralt.
Patty Groover. I'm a bookie. I trust you're here to fight.
Max the bets, as always, because betting is such a limited thing in this
I'm ready.
Hear that?
Disappointingly.
A fight at last! Our champion, Archibald O'Neill, to face Geralt! Fight!
Hey, this one didn't try to beg us to throw the fight. That's nice. Why are you running, boy?
Oh! Oi!
Boom. All right. That fight
Ladies
was rather
and
quick.
gentlemen, we have a new champion! The man who dethroned Archibald O'Neill! Bravo to Geralt! A beautiful bout!
Want to be crowned the best in Novigrad. Who do I gotta fight?
Well, if you yearn
Captain
to fight some
of the
more,
guard. Of course it
you
is.
must
It's always
certainly
the captain,
face
right?
the captain of
Because
the
it was the
guard.
sergeant of the guard of the Baron area, which that's the equivalent of a captain for position, anyways. All right, let's get over here to Hierarch Square. Get these crowns. Well, we have the what are they called? They're florins and orans. Gotta get those converted back into crowns because crowns are the currency that is accepted.
I praise you with all my heart.
Woo! Ooh, look at this, look at this, look at this. Here it is. The Skellige fight. We're doing it.
What's behind?
What happened?
Islanders from Skellige. They've taken over crippled Kate's.
Taken over? How's that?
Clobbered the innkeep, tossed out the girls, then set to drinking. They've been going since yesterday, apparently celebrating some big loot.
Yeah, sounds like Skelligers.
But you look to be an honest man. Help us. Drive away the hooligans. We've not much, but it'll make a tidy sum if we all pitch in.
Fine, I'll see what I can do.
Really? So there are good men left in the world?
Okay, so if you actually complete the stuff over in Skellige first, you can resolve this peacefully.
Sorry, mate.
Or you can beat up everybody.
Fill your horn elsewhere. This establishment's part of Skellige today.
Seems to me we're still in Novigrad. And in Novigrad rules apply. Rules you happen to be breaking.
Just how's that? You're not allowed to drink in peace. Have a bit of fun. Leg it, man, before you taste the wrath of a Skellige.
That wrath of yours didn't do squat against the ice giant. My sword was more effective.
Wait, you're Geralt of
There it
Rivia,
is. See?
The one who went to Undvik with young on Crete?
In the flesh.
Ah, that's another kettle of fish. When a friend asks, a Skellige never refuses. Gents,
That's a
our
bold-faced
time's
lie.
come. Geralt, the giant slayer's got need of this inn.
Woo! See, and then you don't have to fight them. And it helped me realize that I don't actually have the proper stuff equipped. That's a problem. So we're gonna put that. Okay.
Thanks so much. We'd not have managed on our own. We're not rich, but I hope this is enough.
It's plenty. Farewell.
So yeah, so then all the Skellige guys stumble out drunk and stuff, and crippled Kate's, after some time, will go back to normal, where we'll have the innkeep back here.
It's a material world, and I'm a material there.
Okay, so let's get out of here. But yeah, so it prevents the bloodshed because honestly, Skelligers, they can be quite tough in close quarters when you have multiple of them. They can overwhelm you pretty quickly. The fact that you're able to talk them out of it, you can do the signing thing, but you'll end up pissing off some of them. You can fight them, or if you've completed the Skellige stuff, you can do the dialogue
How can
options.
I be of service?
And the dialogue options are much better.
Got some coin I'd like to convert into crowns.
You've come to the right place. A better rate you'll not find anywhere in the city.
All right, what do we get? We got 4,402 crowns. Wow, I guess I had more of the stuff than I originally thought there. That's that's a pretty penny right there. Woo! All right, let's get out of here. Junior's dead, bud. You can relax now. I see your other two friends didn't spawn in, just you. There's usually 3 in there. And they always respawn, and they always attack you, and it's just like, are you kidding me? Just chill, man. It's not that important. I promise.
Fall upon your knees before the
Well, over with the library.
Beep, 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 beep. Guard captain.
I don't think you know what you're doing.
I'm Geralt of Rivia.
It
Let's
matters
do
not
it.
what you're called, it matters not where you're from. What matters is if you're prepared to fight Captain Mortimer.
He's in plate, absolutely. realistically, full plate, really shitty to move in.
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Fight!
He's not wearing full plate, he's wearing a breastplate, but still, like, that severely reduces your flexibility, your capabilities, and it dramatically decreases your stamina because that's extra weight that's pressing on your chest.
Geralt of Rivia dethrones Captain Mortimer! Behold your prize champion! You have earned the honor to challenge Novigrad's champion, Durden the Tailor. You will find him in Far Corners, and fight there as well after sundown.
How's it going? Hey, Lead Devil, it is going better. Last night after we ended the broadcast, my grandson watches cartoons to go to sleep, and hold on. These clowns fighting for a dead man. Alright. Anyway, so we do like the original G.I. Joes, the 1980s ones, or we do like He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, the original ones. And that's actually what we were watching last night. And he gets to watch one episode and then he goes to bed. And then afterwards, I went back into The Witcher to try to knock out some treasure hunting marks over in Skellige. And it wouldn't load my game at all. It was like, it said that the cloud save had been corrupted and it couldn't be downloaded. I was like, oh, are you kidding me? And so I uninstalled the game, I reinstalled the game, I reset the console, nothing, wouldn't recover. So I was like, man, so I did it again. I uninstalled, reinstalled, did a hard reset, unplugged the power cables and everything, right? Turned back on. Still wouldn't work. So then I waited for a little bit, and while I was waiting, I reached out to CD Projekt Red on their tech support forum, and I informed them of the situation. And then the other thing I was doing was I was researching to find out, like, what the heck is the problem? Why did I lose all these saves? And it turns out that it's the cross-platform cloud save that they introduced with the next-gen update, that people across the board on all systems, the PlayStation systems, the Xbox systems, the PC systems, everybody is having this problem. And it's a problem they're aware of, and it's a problem they're looking into, and that's the extent of it, right? And it's like, well, damn it, because we had close to 100 plus hours of freaking gameplay for you guys already, and we had the plan for the 12th, where my wife's going to come in and do the Gwent tutorial stuff, which is tomorrow, by the way. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This channel, my wife will be the host. And so I was like super disappointed. I was like, man, the hell am I gonna do? I got two choices. Like, I can go through and start a new game and just pound energy drinks, skip broadcasting today, and just grind to get back to where we were, or at least get the cards so that my wife can do the tutorial, right? I was like, or I can just cancel everything and I can pick up one of the two other games that have been requested. The two other games are High on Life and Fallout New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas, I would absolutely love to do for you guys. High on Life is a request, and it makes sense that it's a request because of the humor that's involved in that game. And it's obviously not my type of humor. So I think it's more of people would like to see how I respond to a game that is not of my genre, right? But that's also a reason why I'm hesitant to play that game too. So I was sitting here trying to figure that out. I was like, man, what am I gonna do? So then when I picked my son up from work and I brought him home and I came back and I was looking at everything and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it one more time. Maybe it'll work. Go into Witcher, and then all of a sudden the cloud saves work. It's like, oh my god, thank you. So went through and just made a few manual saves so that way in case we lost the cloud saves again, we didn't lose the progress. So, yeah, like, we almost did not broadcast today. Or we almost had to switch games. Like, it was that bad, because I was like, I'm not going to make everybody sit through another 100 freaking hours of gameplay. You know, it's like, that's not right. But yeah, like, I just did the uninstall, reinstall twice. I did the hard reset a few times and then waited. And then it just fixed itself. I was like, okay. Ooh. Wow, that was good luck. Yeah, it really was, because I was pretty upset about that. I was pretty pissed when that happened. I was like, man, that was so much time. Like, we had all this stuff planned out. Like, I was pissed.
We've been expecting you. We're already taking bets.
But it fixed itself.
You've been weighed, you've been measured, and you've been found scrawny. In what world could you possibly defeat me?
The newcomer may seem all skin and bones, but remember, he defeated the Sergeant to the Bloody Baron of Velen.
This champion's a dick.
This elf's a dick. That been the case with all champions of Novigrad?
No, I am the first. Do you know why they call me the Tailor? It began after I gutted some men with these very hands.
I knew that was gonna be a shitty story.
I mean, that's fair. It's a shitty story because it doesn't make sense as to why you would call him a tailor if you gutted people. I love how Geralt's like, this champion's a dick.
Came here to fight the tailor, so let's do this.
Novigraders, one and all, a momentous occurrence. Before us in just minutes, Geralt of Rivia will face the tailor.
Come here, bitch. Uncle Durden wants to sew you a new face.
It's not gonna go the way you think it's gonna go, bud.
Died with dignity.
Told ya.
Durden is champion no more. Henceforth, the title belongs to the Drifter. If you've not had your fill of slapabouts just yet, you'll find other eager challengers in Velen and Skellige.
Alright, so the reason why we're doing these is because there's actually a fist fighting tournament in Toussaint. And when you're doing the fist fighting tournament in Toussaint, they'll give you a trophy. But I'm gauging to see with each of these opponents if we're actually in a position to fight them. Because there's always that realistic possibility that we may not actually be ready to fight them. Should we open up Kaer Morhen? I think we should open up Kaer Morhen. Let's go open up Kaer Morhen. We took care of the fist fighting. This right here is some important questing. My armor and weapon stuff went away. Oh no, just the weapons because of the fist fighting. That's right. Bidoo, bidoo, bidoo.
Rubble.
There's the sergeant.
Need to talk to you.
About?
Uma, gonna take him with me.
Gotta ask the Baron's permission. Thing is, he ain't here.
Not about to ask for anything. I'm telling you, you can try to stop me. But that'd be an error. A mortal one.
Think you got me shaking in my boots?
You sure as hell should be.
Yeah, right there.
Fine. Cripple's not worth no blood. See the groom.
He ought to be glad to give him up. Bugger's been eating from the feed bags. And a pleasant journey to you both.
Thank you kindly.
I like the fact that Geralt was actually... you should be. You think you got me scared? You absolutely should be if you were smart. So if it's very difficult to do this out of order, to not do the Baron stuff first because of how low level they are and how low level your character is when you show up here. But it is possible if you get to this point in the main storyline where you need Uma and you haven't done any of the Baron's quest lines and the Baron's still here. You can show up, tell the Baron, hey, look, oh, that thing, when it comes in the room, when it bursts in the room with the conversation, right? The first time you see Uma, and you can tell the Baron, hey, look, I actually need that guy right there. And the Baron will go, oh, that's fine. Here, take him. Like, there's no qualms, no nothing, no arguments, no debate. He's just like, oh, yeah, sure. Here. So, it is possible. It's difficult to do because of the level of the quests, but it is entirely possible. Actually, that's the guy we need to talk to.
Yeah.
Nope. It's this
I'm
guy.
taking Uma.
There ain't a...
Sergeant Hartle said I could.
Bring him back, though, won't you? Be awful dull without him.
I'm playing Witcher also right now to win the card Stepjohn. I'll have to take a look. Give me a second here. Pull up my cards.
No. Not about to bring him back. Open the door. Now. Hey, little guy.
He's got a rat tied to his belt by its tail.
This here's Roach. She'll take us to Kaer Morhen. Well, come on. What the? Quit
Yeah, I was gonna
playing
say,
around.
bud,
Let's
like,
go.
you're gonna have to just grab him, man. The Stepjohn card, is that the 7 card? The one that destroys the highest cards in the melee range if they have 10
Looks
or
like
more
we got
in the row?
company. Nilfgaardian battle mounts. What do you want?
The Emperor's displeased with you.
Look at that
Then you oughta
graphics
ask
glitch.
somebody else for help.
He's not even there.
The Emperor does not ask anyone for anything. You will ride with us to Vitsima.
Sure about that?
Don't even try.
Why? I'm pretty sure I could kill all of you.
Fine. Lead the way.
Oh, you're talking... Okay. That innkeeper, he actually will give you... The one in Oxenfurt, the innkeeper will give you Yennefer of Venenberg, which is the level 7 hero card with medic ability.
And the Third Army will sweep in from the west to take Banglin.
If I may, Your Imperial Majesty, our spies report that the garrison at Banglin consists almost wholly of mercenaries.
Bribery, then.
We stand to lose exactly no men in battle.
And we stand to lose less time. Very well. Give the orders. Then set sail.
As you wish. At once.
Your Imperial Majesty, Yennefer.
I did not have you brought here for an exchange of courtesies. Report.
No courtesies needed? Perfect. But remember, I'm not your soldier, or page, or dog, so don't give me any orders.
Would you prefer I order my guards? Look around. I need only beckon.
Geralt.
Now report.
Ciri. Well, this man is the key to finding her.
I give you 3 solid leads. Trails as fresh as morning dew. The aid of my spies and my court sorcerers. Yet in my daughter's stead, you bring me this monstrosity?
I did not
I hope you
bring
have more to say.
anybody. I was brought.
For your sake.
There's a difference.
Listen, I'm looking for a needle in a haystack. A needle that at any moment can...
It's a difficult task, I know this. What of it? Listen to me. I rule the largest empire the world has ever known. I wage a war against the North, command men in tens of thousands, while at home the trade corporations and nobles seek to depose me. You cannot expect me to pity you the difficulty of your task.
This monstrosity might well be your daughter. Its body is the product of a curse. Someone hides inside it.
Can you lift this curse?
I've done a great deal of research, made inquiries, but to lift it I would need to know the words used to cast it, and that...
Vafael Elen, Kedmil Fali. Gladiv Dorn Eptened, Bandro Ithne Iacus. Dandelion told me. Ciri talked to him about it.
At last, you provide a pleasant surprise. Lady Yennefer, my question stands.
Yes. I believe I can. But I must...
Details do not interest me. Geralt, you've achieved precious little, yet admittedly more than the bumblers in my spy corps have. I give you half the promised reward. You will receive the other when you bring me Ciri.
Wouldn't count on that happening.
That was no request, it was an order, Geralt. And I advise you well, do not disobey me. This audience is over. Till the next.
Woo! I hate this guy. This guy is such a piece of... He's a piece of work. We're gonna leave it at that. 1 second for the talking to finish. Alright, there it is. So, hello Sarah Bear, welcome in, how you doing? For those who haven't done so already, hit those follow buttons. Why? Because that's where you need to spend the evening, okay? The bear cave is the place to be. Okay, so, the reason for it is because it's amazing, okay? There's comfortable throw pillows in the bear cave. You just find yourself a comfortable pillow, and just watch the amazingness that is the gaming, which Sarah Bear provides. She was doing ESO last night. She does Elder Scrolls. She does Elder Scrolls Online quite frequently. She does Skyrim. She does Mass Effect. She does... Oh, I know I've seen you do something else, and I'm blanking on it right now. Oh. Mass Effect, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Online, and what was the other? Conan Exiles, thank you. It's like, no, I know I've seen you play other games because I'm in your channel all the time. Conan Exiles, yes, that's the other one. So if you guys like any of those games, or if you're just curious on what those games are, definitely go over there, hang out, and check it out. It's pretty amazing. Also... It's too late to go back. Also, the other thing. Here it is. You ready? You ready? It's the perfect place to end your evening and wind down because it's safe, it's judgment-free, it's chill, it's relaxed, it's amazing. Okay? So do it. Anyways, How you doing, Sarah Bear? Welcome in, welcome in. I'm doing well. How are you doing today? I am fantastic now that we recovered these save files because, man, I almost lost this, and I would have been pissed because that's so much hard work that was just gone, you know? So I'm happy I was able to figure out a way to recover everything. And I started to play the Division series last week. That's right, you were playing the very first Division. I remember seeing that. And I remember thinking, you know, I've only ever played the Division 2. I own the Division, both digital and physical copy. But I've never played the first one. I've only played the second one. So I saw you doing that, and I was like, maybe I'll go and check that out. That looks kind of cool. How you doing, Aqua Rebel? Welcome in, welcome in. I'm so glad your game is saved. Yes, right? Like, I almost lost the game. I was so upset. Notice my alert is gone. I had to revert to the trap one. You should come. I should. I might do that. I may do that. That sounds like an interesting idea. I can't be tonight, obviously, because we're doing prep work for tomorrow's broadcast where my wife's going to be the host. So let's see if enough time has passed to do Aqua Rebels shout out the new way. If not, I will do it the old way. Give me 1 second. I can't multitask. I am awful at it. Did it work? It worked. Cool. The cooldown was already passed. Outstanding. All right. So, again, Aqua Rebel is another amazing member of the Legion broadcast team, and one of the things that you're gonna get gifted with when you go over to Aqua Rebel's channel is the absolute confidence that the knowledge that he is sharing with you on character creation is top of the line. Okay, this man is a savant when it comes to character creation, being able to create godlike characters to run around and play regardless of which game you're playing. Okay, that is how good he is. You need to go over and just watch and study and learn and ask questions so that way you can increase and improve your gaming level, right? You will learn so much, I promise. You will learn so much about character creation just by hanging out on Aqua Rebel's channel. So go over there and utilize all the assets provided, you know? When you're able to understand a game on the level that he understands character creation on, it really opens up new possibilities and new experiences when you're going through on games that you may have beaten 3, 4, 5 times, right? So it's truly an amazing experience. Go over there, hit those follow buttons, and hang out whenever he goes live. And he's, again, another variety streamer, so definitely make sure you're there. I will be playing it on Saturday again. Okay. I'll have to look into that then. I may install it then. Just go check it out and be present on Saturday. Are you doing it on Xbox out of curiosity, or are you doing it on another system? And Aqua Rebel, yes. The sound alert had to go away because it was partially blocking my videos in certain countries. Like, I was getting partial blocks on YouTube. And, like, Russia, the Hello Darkness, my old friend, that created blocks. So I had to remove that. Yes, on Xbox. Okay, outstanding. I'll have to check it out then. I'll have to install and see about it. I may have to do that.
So, how do we lift Uma's curse?
We must take him to Scareborne. Oh, and Geralt, forgive me, but I'm unable to teleport you, Uma, and Roach, so...
Don't worry, we'll ride there. Never did like teleporting.
Take care of yourself.
Wait. Here, probably better if you keep it.
Of course. I'm off.
Woo!
His long search for Ciri led Geralt to conclude that Uma, the ugliest man alive and the victim of a curse, was the key to finding the young woman. Geralt needed to lift the curse, so he took Uma to the home of the world's greatest specialists on dark spells, to the Witcher's fortress of Scareborne.
So there's actually supposed to be a gravesite here. We're gonna have to go... I wonder if the gravesite's here still. or if they took it out with the next gen update. That looked like a. Was that a
Oh, there,
forktail?
Roach.
That looked like a forktail almost. It was definitely a draconoid, but it almost looked like a
Forktails
forktail.
this close to the fortress?
It was!
Someone's been slacking off.
Well, look for the wind doing. Been away quite a while.
Too long.
And your journey, how was it?
Calm, if you don't count the forktail that flew over our heads a few miles back. Passenger got a little restless.
What have we here? Multiple deformities. Eyes, ears, nostrils, a hair lip. And is this... Now, calm down. Yennefer was right on one count. Thing sure isn't pretty.
Yen's here already?
And how?
Huh. You two argue?
Geralt, I understand she's a... Well, how do I put this? Emancipated, strong-willed woman. But do manners count for nothing?
That's a polite way of saying
She
she's a bitch.
teleports in, not even a nice to see you. Jumps right into a, we've a curse to lift. There's this to do and that. So Eskel and Lambert get going. And she went to the guest room to rearrange things. Through the bed, off the balcony.
Shame. That was a good bed.
Said the same myself. Solid oak frame, down mattress. Triss always said she... Ah, now I see.
It's either that, or Yen really hates oak furniture. So where is everyone?
Eskel's hunting forktails. Gotta nip that infestation in the bud. And since Yennefer needs to distill some ingredients from their organs, well, like they say, 2 birds, 1 stone. Lambert's still in the keep, preparing to venture into the mountains to enrich the phylactery with elemental power.
Mm-hmm. And Yen?
Assembling a megascope. Wanted my help running around with some chirping contraption, searching for something. But I'm too old for that nonsense.
I should let her know I'm here.
If you say so, but don't go thinking she'll throw her arms around your neck.
Roach trying to mount the food stable, like the food pin. All right. We have arrived at Scareborne. This is the remnants of what was once the great Witcher School of the Wolf. Now it's just a shattered shell of its former glory. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I think it would be super cool if they did one of 2 things. Either A, let the player actually spend the time, the resources, the coin to restore this place.
Handwriting looks familiar. There it is. He was working on a sword. Been lying here for years. Not just any sword, judging by his notes. Torhand. How to talk to Vesemir. Berengar consulted him. Vesemir might remember how far he got.
Okay, so now that they're done talking, that's a Netflix thing. We're not worried about that. It'd be cool if they actually let the player restore this castle, I think. It would also be cool if they... I know there was talk of... I don't know if they're gonna do it or not, and I don't have a whole lot of detail about it. I just know there was a rumor of a talk of creating a Witcher MMO, a Witcher-based MMO. I don't know anything else past that, and I don't know if they decided to move forward with it. But I will say, if they do decide to move forward with it, I think it would be fantastic if they would let you create, like, found your own school chapters or whatever, but it has to be part of the established schools or something to that effect, and then actually restore and build up or customize your own personal Witcher school for your group, right? Have it like a group effort where everyone contributes to the resources. Something like that would be cool. And then have like Witcher school competitions between the groups. That would be such a cool thing to do. All right, so there's actually, for those who have played the first game, there was a Witcher in the first game. I think his name was like Joel or something like that. He was training to be a Witcher, but he hadn't undergone the final mutations, the final steps to actually make him a full-fledged Witcher. And as a result, he ended up dying needlessly in the Witcher game. And the first Witcher game. Once upon a time, there actually was like a little hidden gravestone, graveyard marker that you could find, and it was dedicated to that Witcher from the first game. I don't know if it's still around with the next gen update because they've changed so much, but it's definitely something we can look into.
Can we talk?
I don't want to talk to him, though.
So long.
I wanted to talk to Vesemir.
Can we talk?
It's gonna make me talk to him instead. Okay. So I guess
So
we'll have
long.
to wait on that. Alright. Let's see if we're able to turn... I got a, there's a crystal raven skull that you find in the very beginning of this game that belongs to Yennefer. Curious on if they're gonna let us turn it into her yet. Woo! Man, this would be such a cool place if they would let you restore it. It really would. It's got a great layout. It's got multiple layers of defense that people would have to break through. Like, it's just a solidly built castle. It just needs to be restored.
The Northern Wars, Myths, Lies, and Distortions. Historical treatise by Restif de Monthalon. Missing some pages.
It's missing some pages. I wonder why the book that was found in the outhouse is missing pages. I can't imagine. To be fair, like, when we were in Afghanistan, like, you run out of toilet paper quite frequently. And you end up having to get creative. Of course, what we would always do is, because the army issues you tube socks that go up to your knees, sometimes past your knees. You know, it's like, okay, take the top half of your sock off. Or, like, you wear, underneath our uniform jackets, which we call blouses, we actually wearing t-shirts. We wear tan t-shirts, and you know, you have guys that would come back and their t-shirt would be like crop top, right? So like around their stomach area of the shirt would all be cut away. Yeah, we would get creative in that manner, but I can confidently state that I've never been in a situation over there, nor have I seen anybody else in a situation over there firsthand that actually would alter a book for that purpose. Books were kind of like a precious commodity that were swapped around or shared with everybody. Like, one of the fact, one of the books that we passed around as an entire platoon, or I think everybody in the platoon read it, was World War Z by Max Brooks. Not World War Z. How to Survive a Zombie Apocalypse. And the Max Brooks, he's also the author of World War Z, so that's why I was thinking of that, because that's the more famous work of his. But yeah, the zombie survival guide that he came out with, the How to Survive the Zombie Apocalypse stuff, that was super cool, because it was practical. He wrote it from it's obviously satire, obviously. But the way he wrote it as if this was like, no, this is a legitimate thing. So like one of the chapters in there was just like how to identify zombies. And people be like, well, they're coming at you. No, it wasn't like that type. It wasn't a basic, like, he actually put thought into it. And one of the things was like, there's different types of zombies, you know, and then he goes into like voodoo zombies, Hollywood zombies. Then there's there was a special kind of zombie that Hollywood made up that could run, you know. So like it was that type of descriptions. So he legitimately took it from a practical standpoint and ran with it. And it came out just such a wonderfully entertaining piece of literature. And then he talks about weapons and safety places that you would go to hold up, or type of armor you should wear to prevent the types of injuries that can be inflicted by zombies in their current states. Type of environments and terrains that zombies can go through, and ones that would stop them naturally. It was super, super in-depth. It was fantastic. It was beautiful. And the other thing that made it so wonderful was the types of supplies, the types of areas that you should seek for help, for shelter, safety, things like that. All of that, if you read the book and you actually put those things into place, the vast majority of it is actually practical and perfect for real life natural disaster scenarios. So like all of the stuff he laid out to go do, like if you actually prepped for that, and a natural disaster, say like a hurricane, a tornado, a blizzard, an avalanche, what else? What other natural disasters are out there? Typhoons, right? Like any fires, any type of natural disaster you can think of. If you followed his zombie survival guide and prepped for the zombie apocalypse, you could actually be ready to go for any natural disaster. So, yes, it was satire, but because he was so serious about the approach that he took with it, it actually is solid survival advice for modern day societies. And that was the part that made it even more fantastic. It was like, no, he's right on a lot of this stuff. It's actually important to do these things and do it the way he's saying it. So that added another layer of comedy, because we were able to be so serious about it to people that were unsure if it was a joke or not. Which I'm gonna say, like, we were super guilty of messing with people in that manner too. Like, an example. There's a weapon system out there known as a javelin. Now, a javelin in ancient times is a throwing spear, right? You throw it, great. You can jab with it. You shouldn't jab with it, but you can. It's really a short throwing spear. That's what a javelin essentially is. And the modern day javelin is a shoulder-fired, fire-and-forget, heat-seeking missile system that can take out the most armored vehicles in existence today. You can do a top attack or a direct attack. So if you're fighting a tank, you can do a top attack so the missile comes down directly on top of the turret. And the armor on the top of a turret is really weak, right? And then, or if you're fighting a helicopter, you can do a direct attack and hit it directly in the cockpit, in the nose area. and that ends up with the same effect, you know? So it's a very unique weapon system, but you do have to get training to understand how to use it. And as a result of the cost of that weapon system, because the targeting device used for the javelin is called a clue. And the clue, at least when I was in service, I don't know if they've updated it and improved it any, but I know when I was in service, it was a $500,000 optical piece. So that one piece was $500,000. And then the missile systems that we were using at the time, I want to say there was two versions. There was the original version, which was like $75,000 per missile, and then there was another one that they ended up changing everything over to, which cost $250,000 per missile. And it's a single-use missile, okay? So, like, understand, you have somebody using a $500,000 piece of equipment shooting a $250,000 missile at a single target. So there's some serious steps that need to be taken to prevent just needless waste, not to mention the amount of danger that's involved with using something of that caliber. So only certain jobs in the army were allowed to be trained on the weapon system. And being an infantryman, it was
Monstrum, or a portrayal of witchers. Notes describe how to open a passage in the mine. Might be worth seeing what's down there.
Okay, so as I was saying, you get trained on this weapon system, and you have to get it to be certain jobs to even qualify to get the training, right? And then the training's 3 weeks long, and you have to go to a special training environment to learn how to use this weapon system. And because we were in Europe, and the training environment is actually in the state of Georgia at Fort Benning.
Piece of shit.
Uh-oh.
What they did was they flew out the instructors to Germany, and we went to one of our training environments out there. So they flew these instructors in. We get told ahead of time, look, hey, these are the soldiers that we need to go do javelin training. And we're like, okay, cool. And I was one of the ones selected. And there was this female MP. She was brand new to the unit, and she had overheard a group of us talking about javelin training. And she looked at us, straight face, dead serious, and was like, aren't javelins a little outdated? We have guns now. And, oh man, like, it took a lot of strength to not just burst out laughing at her at that point. I was like, are you know? But before any of us could think of a response, there was another buddy of mine, and he immediately responded with, oh, well, you know, we're part of a long-range reconnaissance platoon, because we were long-range reconnaissance. And he's like, you know, so when we go behind enemy lines or into enemy territory and we got to do the scouting missions, we got to maintain stealth. And, you know, firearms are loud. Silencers only work from extreme distances. They don't work up close. But a javelin, on the other hand, that allows us to go in, get the intel we need, and if we need to engage the enemy, we can engage them with this javelin, you know, and it's completely silent because it's an ancient weapon. And she was like, oh, really? And she missed the fact that he was screwing with her, and she was dead serious, and she was taking it as a dead serious, like, no, we still use this ancient throwing javelin because it's for our stealth missions for when we're doing recon operations, right? And she was like, oh man, wow, can I get qualified? And we're like, well, you're an MP, so I mean, technically, yes, that's one of the jobs that could get qualified, right? So I was like, yeah, you could, but you know, you got to be it's because of how expensive the training is. You have to be in a recon position or a position where the command element believes that you will be an asset in a stealth operation. And she was like, oh man, all right, well, when you guys get back, you guys have to show me video. Yeah, so for 3 whole weeks, she legitimately ran around telling people about the importance of the outdated ancient javelin throwing spear, right? And how it's such an essential asset in modern warfare. And there's a specialized schools and shit, and like she's telling everybody in the unit about this, and we're just like, oh my god. So we just let her run with it. We didn't correct her at all. And then when we we let that go on for the 3 weeks of the training, and then I want to say it was like a week after we got back, someone finally showed her a video of us, because the final week of javelin training you actually do live fires. So they have X amount of missiles, and X amount of people are selected to use the live fire missiles in the training environment. So you can see the explosion radius, you can feel the concussive blast at the different distances, you can make sure that, hey, look, your training actually works. And we recorded that stuff. And somebody showed her the video, and man, was she so pissed. She was heated with all of us. And it took her like 3 months to get over, like 3 or 4 months to get over how pissed she was at us, because she truly made an ass of herself running around telling everybody how important javelins are. And we encouraged it. Oh man, that was... It's stuff like that. So yes, we absolutely do things like that. The Aqua Rebel, when I'm off work, will you pull me around the neighborhood on my radio flyer? Hey, that's Scareborne coming in at an interesting point, an interesting conversation. How are you doing today? Hey, Trent. I'm riveted by the story. Common sense don't exist. Dude, I want the current military-style javelin, right? Like, there are so many situations where we screwed with people like that, and they, like, legit took it as, oh, wow, really? It's like, oh my god, yes. Combat ninjas, man. That was another thing that we convinced people of, that combat ninjas were real. Hey, Helena Rose, welcome in. How are you doing? How's your day? And Man Bear Nug, we gotta get a shout out for Man Bear Nug. Did you hunt snipe with them? No, we did not. But we've convinced people about snipe hunting too. That was another thing, because you get those city folk, right? The people that are like from New York City or Los Angeles, and then you get those people from the backwoods of Kentucky or the Appalachian Mountains and stuff, and they're just like, city folk don't know what you can and can't hunt. Wait, combat ninjas aren't real? I'm giggling because I have an Army 8-year veteran friend on Xbox, and I can just imagine his reaction. Shh, I won't believe. Okay, so let me do this shout out real quick, and then I'll tell you about the combat ninjas. So, Man Bear Nug is an amazing human being, great vibes in the morning, just the perfect level of energy and happiness to wake up to in the morning, regardless if you're a morning person or not, because I know I'm not a morning person. But he has just the perfect amount where it's like, okay, I can get behind this, you know? Not where those super happy, annoying people in the morning, or those super, like, the morning suck people, right? He's like the perfect level for everybody from all those groups to just, okay, we can all be here. This is nice. You got to bring your own coffee, though. You got to bring your own coffee to history. That's the rules. And he does ESO in the mornings, every morning except for Monday mornings. So go check it out if you guys haven't already. So, Man Bear Nug, lies, LOL, okay. Yeah, I'm, So, okay. So, combat ninjas. So, for those who don't know, I was in a Tier 3 Special Operations unit known as the 173rd Airborne Brigade Combat Team. We were stationed out in Europe, so because we were a Tier 3, which is the lowest tier in the Special Operations community, because Tier 2 is like your Rangers and stuff like that, and Tier 1 are like your Navy SEALs, your Green Berets. So, we're a Tier 3 group, but we're still part of the Special Operations community, so we have access to special assets and tools and toys that regular troops don't have access to. And, one of the things that we had convinced a bunch of new soldiers about was that because we're special operations and because we were part of a long-range reconnaissance platoon, we also doubled as a personal security detail. What we ended up doing was a buddy of mine got a tab. So there's well, I don't know where I put my things at this moment, but there's oh, you know what? I do know where one is. I appreciate you sharing your stories. I have a great respect for you and anyone else who served. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Appreciate you saying that. That's very nice of you. Okay, so this is the 173rd patch. Here, let me switch over here so I can see this in real time. So, the 173rd patch, okay? And this right here, where it says Airborne, is called a tab, okay? And the tab, there's an Airborne tab, there's a Ranger tab, there's a Special Forces tab, there's a Sapper tab. So there's various tabs, okay? And my buddy got one made, and it said Ninja. So he got a tab, and it said Ninja. And then he would wear it under his lapel, because the uniform was Velcro at the time. And he would put it underneath his lapel, so you couldn't see it, but if you flipped his lapel up, you could see the tab. And what ended up happening was we're sitting there talking to this person, and they wanted to know what cool assets that the unit had, because they were new, and they were new to the unit, and they were new to the special operations community. So we were like, oh man, all right, we're gonna let you in on this secret, okay? But you can't tell anybody, all right? It's a commander's asset. And even then, the commander's not allowed to really talk about it outside of the command echelon, right? Only the upper levels of command know about these assets. So don't be telling nobody. And he was like, oh, okay. And my buddy was like, I'm a combat ninja. And he was like, what? And we're like, yeah, he's a 99 Zulu. So, because an infantry rifleman, was what I was. And my identifier is 11 Bravo. 11 indicates the field of job. So 11 is infantry. Bravo indicates that I was a rifleman. So like if you find someone in there an 11 Charlie, they're an infantry mortarman. 11 Mike, infantry mechanized. So an 11 Bravo is what I was. So we always have the numbers and then the letter. And he was like, yeah, I'm a 99 Zulu. And he's like, a 99 Zulu? I haven't heard about that. And I was like, yeah, it's combat ninja, man. And my buddy's like, yeah, see, check it out. And he flipped his lapel up and showed him the tab. And he's like, oh, wow, like you actually got the tab for it and everything? And we're like, yeah. He's like, where did you guys train? We're like, oh, there's a Special Forces Green Beret training base outside of Fort Bragg. There really is, okay. And it's one of the few installations where nobody's allowed on the base without consent. And if you go on the base without consent, they have the ability to use lethal force against you. Because, again, it's a Special Forces training base. This is a real-life location right outside Fort Bragg in North Carolina. And we're like, yeah, you know that base? Well, combat ninjas, they're trained there. He was like, really? And it's like, yeah. Why do you think they're so tight with security over there? It's because they don't want anybody to know, because we can't let our enemies know that we have combat ninjas. That would give away our biggest asset the command has access to. Yeah, and, when they're over there, they got to do crazy ruck marches. Like, they got to load up anti-tank mines, stack anti-tank mines, and carry them around in their rucksacks. And then, then we started going into, like, the shuriken throwing stars and the katanas and the bayonet knife training that is actually just the short katanas, right? We started going into all of this crazy, like, weaponry and detail that people, like, associate with ninjas. or think are just ridiculously outlandish, and we're just like, yeah, man, like. But you can't tell anybody. It's a commander's asset. Only the captain has the discretion to be able to deploy his ninjas. Other than that, the ninjas just have to blend in, kind of like snipers. Because I don't know how many people know this or not, but snipers, that's not a job, okay? That's a skill identifier. You have the skill identifier, the training to be a sniper, but you still have a primary job, okay? And a sniper, when they're not on a sniper mission, act as a standard soldier, doing whatever their primary job is. They get called up to do sniper work for particular missions, but when there's not a sniper op, they're treated as a normal soldier. So we were saying, like, we convinced this person, like, ninjas are the same way, right? So, like, let's see, the buddy I was talking about at the time that had the ninja tab, he was a military police. He was airborne military police. And he was like, yeah, so, like, whenever I'm not called upon by the captain to go do these ops, I gotta do the normal military police thing, just do patrols and stuff with you guys. So, like, but we had people convinced, and we never corrected that one. We just let people run with it. So, to this day, there are still people out there that believe 99 Zulu combat ninjas are a legitimate thing, because we were so dead serious and we backed it up with a tab, man. And we were in the special operations community. It was like, yep, it makes sense. We have a lot of sneaky shit. He was a ranger, I think. I'll have to ask. And oh my god, yeah, fantastic times. Like, we did so much stupid shit like that, and we convinced people that this stuff was all legit. Such a fun time.
Damned crystal!
You decide to blow us up?
Geralt, I'm sorry, but I'm in no mood for jests.
What's eating you?
Let me think. That was the third crystal to explode. It's been a week, and Lambert's still not done what I've asked. Vesemir spitefully insists on repairing the wall just beneath my window and starts hammering at the crack of dawn, while Eskel seems to have gone mushroom picking, not forktail hunting.
The guys. Well, they're not exactly happy with you.
Why is that?
Because you aren't willing to say what you're planning. You're treating them like pages, not including them. Us, actually, because I feel that way too.
I shall explain everything when the time is right. First, we must finish our preparations.
Fine. What do I do?
Firstly, help Eskel and Lambert. One was supposed to get me forktail spinal fluid, the other was to fortify the phylactery with elemental power. I've yet to see anything from either of them.
All right, I'll talk to them. Anything else?
Yes. There's one other trifling matter. As you saw, my megascope's acting up, in rather spectacular fashion. I'm certain there's an energy source nearby, generating disturbances, making the crystals malfunction. We must find it and neutralize it. Quickly, I must contact someone. It's urgent.
All right. How do I find the source?
Use this Potesta Quisitor.
Potesta Quisitor?
There you go.
Fancy. Complicated.
Yet it's ever so simple. Grasp it firmly, move it around, and the louder it squeals, the closer you are. Spare me your juvenile wit, please. Well, what are you waiting for?
I mean, she did create the opening there for that one.
Ah, one more thing. Thank you, Geralt.
So, yes, Yennefer has her moments of being really bitchy. But if you truly know who the character's history, her background and everything, and the things that she's gone through, you come to realize that she's not bitchy. She's just extremely insecure. She has extreme insecurities. And as a result of her insecurities and her past experiences, she behaves that way to protect herself and to ensure the things that she feels needs to be done gets done without people actively sabotaging her because they've been doing that to her all her life. And people also underestimate her, and that's another major thing that she struggles with because she feels like she's less than. Because the other issue with her is that she's half elf. So she also has to deal with the prejudice, the persecution, the racism, and all of that comes along with that territory. So, yeah, Yennefer, it comes across as bitchiness, but the reality is it's just insecurity. That's all it is. So, it's this case right here.
Ah, there you are. Disturbance is coming from there. What's in these crates?
Dimeridium bombs. Lambert made them.
No wonder the megascope doesn't work. All right, gotta get him out of here.
I can do that. Rather you not make a mess of my shelves. Just keep an eye on Uma.
Yes, Uncle Vesemir. How goes it? Vesemir's not working you too hard, I hope.
Uma.
Thought so.
All done. You can go. Now, let's check your conditioned reflexes.
Wait, I just realized I missed something there in the chat there. Helena Rose saying, I usually just lurk quietly. And Manbear saying, lurkers are the backbone. Totally agree. Okay, so.
Look at the fire.
Use that for 5 minutes. There we go.
Pupils function.
Alright, so lurkers being the backbone. Absolutely 100% agree. The majority of people are lurkers. And honestly, not everybody has time to engage in chat. But they do have time to tune in and like put an earbud in or something, you know? So, absolutely agree. Lurkers are essential to the Twitch community. They are so important. But, for the lurkers in the audience, I will say this for you guys. Something that not a lot of streamers either A, know about, or B, bring up to discuss is the fact that if you are lurking in somebody's channel and you want it to count towards their viewer count, okay? All you have to do is type anything that you want into chat once. You also have to keep your volume on. Doesn't have to be on high or anything. Like, you can put it down to just a volume of 1. But you cannot mute the streams, or else it doesn't count for the streamer. And you gotta chat at least once in the chat to have it count, or else they end up the streamers end up losing the credit essentially. So that's why a lot of streamers will have like the exclamation lurk command, and what that does is it lets the streamers know, hey, look, I'm here in your stream, I'm supporting you, but I'm not gonna be engaging you in conversation. Okay, I'm busy doing stuff, but I'm here to support you. And that's what the lurk command really does, is it gives the person the ability to A, count towards the streamer's viewer count, and B, it allows them to know I support you, but I'm not one for conversation. So those are two important things that I've had to learn from bigger streamers over my time here with you guys, and I like to share that information periodically so that way everyone's aware, you know, because if you're a streamer yourselves, that's information that your community may need to know. They may be unaware of it. So it's little things like that that I like to share as far as knowledge goes, so that way it helps everybody either grow as streamers or support the streaming communities that they choose to be part of. So, well, that's good to know. Yeah, I love to just say an emote or something. Yeah, see? Just throw in an emote or say hi or something like that. Like, that will make sure that for the duration of that broadcast that you're counting actively in the viewer count for the streamer. So yeah, it's little tiny things. I don't know why Twitch does that stuff, but it is an important part of being able to A, support the communities you support, or B, help your community grow and expand with knowledge and information so that they can help their own channels or their own communities, right? You gotta share knowledge. Sharing knowledge is an essential part. I think that's why we don't push away those who truly want to lurk. I'm tempted, but don't, right? If you mute the stream through the video player, Twitch knows, so it's better to mute the tab, though the browser and comments and chat count for a lot more than the silent lurker. Unfortunately, emotes are good. Yeah, emotes are good, and yeah, you are right. The muting the tab, it's... muting the tab, muting the browser, it's a 50-50 shot on whether it's going to work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, as far as the favor count goes. But that is a possibility, yes. You are absolutely correct there. Muting the player absolutely will remove them as a viewer every time. That's also true. But yeah, emotes, absolutely another way to come in, too. So, but yes, lurking is such an important part. And I know I'm big on lurking because I just have such a busy schedule. But, I do my best to try to talk in people's chats at least once. If not, I at least put the lurk command in there.
Thank you. Seems to be working now. What was it?
Dimeridium bombs. Lambert left them by the beds.
I suppose he had no idea they could interfere with my megascope?
You know, Lambert's not exactly an expert on megascopes, so...
Please. Lambert is mean, not stupid. But no matter. More importantly, I shall finally be able to contact Ida.
The Ida? Elven Sage? What do you want from her?
Stay and you'll learn for yourself.
Members of the Lodge don't let just anyone in on their secrets, or so I've heard.
Consider it a token of our trust. Now let's begin. And Geralt, behave, please.
Okay. The members of the Lodge, right? We've heard about the Sorceress's Lodge. It's been brought up in conversation a few times by a few different characters. We know there are people that are actively members of the Lodge that we have encountered and dealt with. For those who are unfamiliar with the Witcher series, if you go to the second Witcher game, Geralt actually goes against or has like direct conflict with the Sorceress's Lodge. So that's like when he makes comments like that, he's being sarcastic because he knows the Sorceress's Lodge. He knows who's members of it, and he's fought them. So it's definitely a thing that he is aware of. So absolutely being sarcastic there. Lambert, we've heard Lambert being mentioned here. Lambert is actually super important for the new upcoming Witcher Trilogy video game series that CD Projekt Red is working on. The reason why is because they're going to be doing the School of the Lynx. And the School of the Lynx was founded by Lambert and Kira Metz. And originally, I think there was some School of the Cat Witchers that were also involved, because the School of the Cat's been destroyed. It was destroyed years and years and years ago. They talk about it being destroyed. So that little group there is kind of essential for the future of the Witcher world, which goes back to another reason I hate Netflix so much, because they decided to kill Lambert in the second season in the very beginning. Like, what the are you thinking? He's a founder of a school that doesn't exist in your timeline yet. You kind of need him alive to found the freaking school, right? That you can't just go, oh, well, we don't like him, so we're killing him, or we're going to make up somebody new. That's not how lore works. No. Lambert is a founder of a school. He stays alive to found the school, period. You can kill him afterwards, but he needs to stay alive to found the school.
Didn't you just say you trust me?
Stop twisting my words.
Kedmil Yennefer at Vengerberg. Gwynglade?
Kedmil and Severn.
Why have you summoned me?
We've come up against a curse. One we must lift. It was uttered in a dialect of Elder speech unfamiliar to me.
I see. The words of the curse?
Vafel Elaine, Kedmil Foli. Gledev Don Eptenid Bondro Isne Iacus.
She
Take
backed
it you've
away.
heard the words before.
She backed
Yes,
away.
in legends, of the kind that do not end happily.
Can you help us with the curse?
To a degree, Agnes de Glanville's incantation, combined with Elder's triangle, inverted, of course, they are your only possible recourse. But I cannot guarantee that even they will suffice.
Thank you, Ensavern. Vafael.
That does not conclude our conversation.
Let me guess. You want something in return.
If I may, Gwynblade, I'd like to request. Stop guessing. Just listen. The time of the white frost and white light is nigh.
And the world will perish amidst ice. I know Ithleen's prophecy.
I don't doubt you know it, but do you understand it? The Elder Blood can initiate the final age, the time of the end, or stop it. Remember this, Gwynblade, for you will be the one to determine if the seed bursts into flames.
All in all, interesting conversation. What now?
You can start by apologizing for acting like a boor, despite my asking you not to.
Not gonna happen.
Don't really see why I should apologize. I know sorceresses expect me to bow down before them.
So you refuse to bow and thumb your nose at them instead? Very mature.
Says the person who
enough.
acts out of
Finish whatever it
anxiety
was you
by
and the boys
lashing
were
out and
planning to
hurting
do.
everybody around you.
Then we'll
I mean,
begin.
hey pot, I'm the kettle. How's it going? For those who don't know that reference, it's the pot calling the kettle black. It's like, well, yeah, but you're black too. So, all right, let's get out of here. Woo! How close are we? Still a little ways off. So when we hit level 34, we'll be able to go and get our master crafted variation of the armor we're currently wearing. And then we gotta go do the Grandmaster crafted stuff. Do I have Grandmaster crafted anything yet? Because if I do... Alphabetical order. Grandmaster feline, so 40s. Okay. So 34, 6 levels. We can do that. I'm looking for the traditional Roman pilum javelin. I might need one.
Pulse weak.
That's so funny. Like, on a serious note, though, like, that weapon was such an amazingly creative tactical weapon. I'm still impressed with the concept behind it. The Roman pilum, right? So the idea was that the metal rod shaft that the spear tip was attached to was, I think it was like iron or something like that. It was a softer metal. So that way, and the handle weighed more. And the whole point was you would throw it, and it would embed into people's shields. And then the weight of the handle would bend the rod, thus making it impossible to remove it from the shield. And then in turn, because you got this giant weighted spear thing broken and stuck in your shield that you can't get out now because of the way the metal bent, you had to discard your shield. So then the enemy didn't have shields anymore to hide behind. That was the whole concept behind the design of that weapon system. And to me, I was like, that's just genius, right? It's not meant to kill people, it's meant to remove your defenses. Can it kill people? Absolutely, but man, that weapon system was such a brilliant concept for its time period.
Geralt.
Oh, look, so, you remember in the very beginning of the game, there's a trailer where Yennefer's running through battles, and then she has the crow that goes through the dude's head, and then, the raven that goes through the dude's head, and then it just, towards the end of that introduction cinematic video, it drops. The bird turns into just a crystallized skull and drops on the ground. Well, in the very beginning, after you wake up and you talk to Vesemir about the letter, and he's like, "Oh, well, let's get on the horses and go out to White Orchard, right?" And then you have the ghoul attack. You put the ghouls down. Now, before you get on the horse, after you've put the ghouls down, you can actually find the crystallized Raven Skull that she used in the cinematic. What we're going to be doing here is we're going to be giving it back to her. And before we do that, I will show it to you.
Thanks, Yen.
So that way everyone can see it, because it goes in your quest items. But it's right here. Let's see here. That's kind of being blocked by my camera. So let me close the camera here so you can see this. But yeah, it's the crystal skull. So that's the Raven Skull from the cinematic video. So you can actually turn this back into her and give it back to her. That's what we're going to be doing now.
Geralt?
Found something that might belong to you. That skull some sort of accessory? If so, you've changed your style a bit.
It's a weapon.
Don't remember ever seeing you with that.
It's as you said. I've changed my style.
See, and then that's it. You really don't get anything from it other than that little unique piece of dialogue. And for the people that are like completionists, like, oh no, I gotta do everything. It's one of those nice little like, hey, this was from the movie. That was kind of cool. Like the introduction movie, the end video, right? So, but that's the extent of it. It's just something little for the fans of Yennefer, for the fans of Witcher that want to be completionists to go through and do.
Thanks, Yen. See you later.
That's it. And look, we got 50 experience points. I know my camera's hiding it, but we got 50 experience points from doing that as well. So you get a little bit of XP, you get a little unique dialogue piece, and then that's it. It's still, to me, I think it's still kind of cool to pull off. You just got the Netflix armor. That's cool. Netflix armor is cool to display, but I'm going to tell you right now, Netflix armor is trash. Hands down. Like, I sat there and I compared the Netflix armor at its Grandmaster Legendary level 93 version to all the other Grandmaster crafted Legendary level 93 versions of every Witcher School armor set. And oh my gosh, did it ever underperform. Dude, fashion is endgame. Oh, absolutely. Totally agree. Especially in Witcher, because of how expensive it is to upgrade everything. To do the Grandmaster Legendary level 93 Netflix armor, it cost me like a little over 50,000 crowns to make it. Yeah, it's not great, but it's better than my current Griffin armor. That's fair. And it's infancy, like when before you get access to the Grandmaster crafted stuff. I will say that Netflix armor is comparable up to that point. But once you reach the Grandmaster crafted stuff, just know, like, you need to switch armors. You should not play with that armor. Not at the Grandmaster level, which is level 40.
Must be Eskel's prince. No one else has left the keep recently.
Alright, let's see. Where are we at? We've got all this Scareborne stuff. You know what I kind of want to do, though? Let's see. Novigrad, where are we at? We're not going to deal with this right now. Instead, I'm going to give you guys a treat of... Actually, I kind of want to do the Witcher... Where's it at? The Witcher Forge. This one. What level are you at, Lad Devil? We're gonna do this Grandmaster Forge real quick, and then, sorry, the Witcher's Forge. We're gonna do this Forge, and then I'm gonna be going over to, start the Heart of Stone DLC stuff, because I want to get Geralt his glasses. You're level 21. Okay. Level 21. Let's see. And you don't have access. Have you gotten to Kaer Morhen yet? Because if so, you can do the enhanced wolf boots. They're level 21. See, Feline is level 70. Forgotten, that's the one you're wearing right now. No, not yet. Okay. Yeah, see, me personally, I'm not gonna lie. I stick to the feline armor, or I'll wear the bear armor. I don't really care for anything else, but those two schools, I really enjoy the bonuses you get from the armor sets. That and the other thing to take into account is here in the character creation section. When you come over, you got these top 3 in the general category. In the School of the Cat, for the light armor stuff, it increases your critical hit damage by 25% and your fast attack damage by a flat 5%. So you aren't like, yes, you're taking the hit on the armor and it not being as able to stop the damage, but you're getting a significant boost here to your damage output, so you're killing things faster. And then the bear armor I run because of the each piece of heavy armor increases your maximum vitality and your strong attack damage. So that's the other thing. Like, say, the sign intensity and the stamina regeneration for the medium armor, which is what the wolf armor, the griffin armor, and I want to say the lost wolven armor that you're talking about is classified as. Let's double check. Yeah, the forgotten wolven is medium. So yeah, stamina regeneration and sign intensity is what you get for the medium armor technique, and for that reason, I don't run medium armor. I would rather have a boost to my damage output, and both heavy and light give you boosts. I want the Wolf School eventually. The Wolf School is a balanced armor if you play with signs, and you do a combination of your. If you're very combination heavy between your signs and your sword play, the School of the Wolf armor is a good armor. But the general ability technique for medium armor, in my opinion, is lackluster unless you're gonna be sign heavy. If you're sign heavy, then it's great.
An iron mine, depleted centuries ago.
Ooh, I know this one. This is gonna hurt. What are you? Unless because
Something
we did all
behind
those
these roots.
side quests, maybe we'll be strong enough and it won't hurt as bad. Ooh, Earth Elemental. You're gonna be as damage sponge unless we do something about that. So let's do something about that, shall we? Relics, elemental oil, there it is. Drop the elemental oil. Now I will say the School of the Wolf armor looks super
An
cool.
elemental.
And it is pretty
Summoned
practical.
by a mage and left as a sentry.
Cune.
Show me what you got.
Oh. Hey, bud. Ha-ha! Got you with the exploding Cune shield.
Notes say I gotta place the book in the right spot.
Notes say I gotta place the book in the right spot. Well, the bright spot's right here, dude.
Medallion's humming. There's magic here.
Indeed, there is. Ooh, what's... Wait. These are dead. Why are these dead? Why are the wolves dead?
No ordinary forge. Medallion sensing magic. Ought to look around.
Slaughter of Sintra. Okay, make sure we get all the looting stuff out of the way first. By the way, again, if anybody has any questions at all Witcher related, let me know. And then, again, reminder, save your Gwent questions for tomorrow, because my wife will be doing the special broadcast on this channel for the Gwent.
A blacksmith's bellows.
Stand down. Be gone. This place belongs to Ratmir.
Radmir of Torcarnad? He was flayed alive during Falka's rebellion. A long time ago, that.
You lie.
Okay. Interesting.
Who are you?
I am fire. This forges soul. I am the flame that tempers steel.
Listen, just want to look around.
Intruder, I cannot allow this. I will not allow it. No, not allowed.
He's very basic. He fire. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, I'm burning. Oh, this is bad. Oh man, this is bad. He may have just whipped my ass. Ooh, buddy. I have to kill him before I can't heal fast enough. I can't heal fast enough. I can't heal fast enough on that. There we go. I got him before he was able to light the room on fire.
Flares on his eye. Let's see what's behind the hearth.
Oh man. Okay. Okay, let's try that again.
A secret compartment behind an illusion.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Master crafted wolven armor. Woo! Cool. That saves me so much freaking coin and resources that the chest piece is already made. That is fantastic. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty happy about that. Oh man, that was okay. So you have to take that dude down fast enough where he can't light the room on fire, because once that DOT starts, healing is not fast enough unless you get the Horn of Plenty. If you get the Horn of Plenty, I think you should be able to take him down with the Horn of Plenty because your recovery is 40 instead of 10. All right, let's go. Let's get on out of here. And we are going to go to, where was it we were going to? Was it Novigrad? I think it was Novigrad, right? Yeah. Okay. All right, folks, are you ready for this? We are going to start the
His long search for Ciri led Geralt to conclude that Uma, the ugliest man alive and the victim of a curse, was the key to finding the young woman. Geralt needed to lift the curse, so he took Uma to the home of the world's greatest specialists on dark spells, to the Witcher's fortress of Kaer Morhen.
So, Helena Rose, do you play Witcher? And if so, which is your favorite school armor? Nope. Wrong button. Put it away. Put it away, Geralt. And we need to take that thing off. What are we missing down there? What do we should have? We should have our lantern candle. Our candle lantern. So why are we in Oxenfurt? Well, I'll tell you. It's because I personally would really like to go and get my glasses. Your glasses? Yeah, there's glasses he can wear. You're learning. Okay, well, that's good. Well, if you do have any questions, absolutely feel free to ask me, and I will do my best to answer them. I definitely enjoy sharing knowledge.
Halt! You there? Please,
Son
wait.
of a...
You're Geralt of Rivia, are you not?
This is a tax collector.
Depends who's asking.
Revenue and Customs for occupied Temeria, Dorian branch. Represented by yours truly, Deputy Tax Enumerator Walter Mitty.
Honored, I guess. What seems to be the problem?
In brief, undeclared income.
Excuse me?
We've had reports, numerous, that over the last months you've come into a great deal of coin. Quickly. So quickly it's raised suspicions.
That's fair. We have. So the game has a lot of corrections built into it. And by corrections, I mean when players exploit the game, they built in punishments for the player if they exploit the game. The most famous one of all is in White Orchard, in the very beginning area. The cows that are at that town, you can kill them, and then when you kill them, you get the cowhide, and the cowhide sells for a good amount of coin, right? And they don't fight you, and they die with one hit. So it's really a great way to farm coin, especially early in the beginning of the game. And people were taking advantage of that. So what did they do? They created the Bovine Defense Force, which is a chort that comes out of the wild and just messes your day up. Well, players figured out that if they come back to White Orchard at a higher level, then they could farm the chort, because the chort would always pop up. So then they got rid of that, and the chort only pops up once now. But it was the punishment for people exploiting the system. This guy is the same thing. He is punishment for exploiting the system. If you like, you can talk about them. I can. If you're interested in a specific armor type, let me know, and I will absolutely tell you about it. I like the storyline, and I got as far as finding Ciri. I got to replay it from the start. I never knew that. I vaguely remember killing them. Oh my god. Yeah. So this is another one of those, like, you're exploiting our game, we don't appreciate it, here's a punishment. So there are certain items in the game that you can exploit the cost of. And what it is you buy a tremendous amount of these things, and then you sell them to very specific vendors. When you sell these specific items to these specific vendors, you end up getting a ton of coin. And it's considered an exploit, because you're not supposed to do that. So this tax collector, if you're honest with the tax collector about the questions he's about to ask me, you end up having to pay taxes. You get fined. If you lie to him, though, or you deny that you did these activities, which I did not do these activities. I know how to get a lot of money using the game without exploiting anything. Because Skellige, for those who don't know, Skellige's full of smuggler caches and every smuggler cache has at least one relic item in it, right? And you go through and you collect everything, and then you go and you sell it. The best place to sell it, if you have the Blood and Wine DLC, is in Toussaint. You go down to Toussaint, you sell everything in Toussaint, because they have stupid amounts of coins as vendor. So that's how I end up getting the majority of my coin, is I go and I just farm all of the little underwater smuggler caches all throughout Skellige and sell them in Toussaint. Just because I don't have to bounce around vendors then. I can just go to one vendor and drop everything. It's not an exploit, okay? Not like the cows. But it is a way to get a tremendous amount of coin super fast. And getting the amount of coin that we have in the short period of time that we did it in triggers this exploit protection feature. Good evening, and how's it going? Welcome in. Yeah, I'm always running out of money. Yeah, I used to always run out of money too until I figured out the Skellige thing. And when you're in Skellige, you can fast travel while you're in the boats. So if your boat becomes damaged, remember, it goes yellow, orange, and then it's missing. Okay, so once your boat has come orange, a section of it is orange because of damage. Fast travel while you're sitting in your boat to another location that has another boat and switch boats. Okay? And yes, you can fast travel from a boat in Skellige to Toussaint if you have Toussaint unlocked already for the Blood and Wine DLC. So keep that in mind. Fast travel from boats. It helps tremendously. And you can be over encumbered, which you will be if you're doing the Skellige thing. You can fast travel in the boat while you're over encumbered. So, fun little things. Yeah, I have the complete edition. Yeah, that's amazing, right? Right, yeah. So, Lyric, I have no idea how to say the first word in your name. Unless it's Epiphanies. Is that Epiphanies? Is that how that's pronounced? Epiphanies, Lyric? Anyways, welcome in. How you doing? I'm actually really... Yep, I did it right? Okay, cool. Thank you. So, I'm very happy that you're here, you know? I see you all the time in the Discord. You got some really cool food things that you post in our food category. Some cool recipes, too. So, yeah. Greatly appreciate you being here. Thank you. And I do look forward to your food posts, by the way. It's one of the things that I actually get excited about and have conversations with my wife about is some of the food things you post. I'm like, man, we should try this. So for those who don't know and who haven't joined, we do have a Legion Discord. Put it up here for you. And again, it's the community of the Legion. So whether you're the viewers, whether you're the broadcasters, like the Discord is for the entire community to use. And we have various categories, and one of those is food and beverages. And people will post pictures of their food or their beverages, and they may even, like Epiphany's Lyric, he throws in, or Epiphany's Lyric, they throw in like the recipes or the ingredients and stuff that they went into making those delicious dishes that they post pictures about. It's freaking amazing. So yes, Legion Discord, it's the community Discord. It's not the broadcaster's Discord. It's not a specific person's Discord. It's the community's Discord. So anybody can post anything in the categories that are relevant to whatever they're posting. Like, we got memes, we got non-game related, we got specific game channels. We also have the food and beverage. We have a pet channel where people post pictures of their pets. So, like, if you guys aren't on the Discord already, you should definitely join it, just because it's a fun way to interact with the community.
I get how that might have happened. Be glad to clear them up.
So listen to what they say here, because these are the exploits.
Witcher, monster slayer.
Sole proprietorship, service sector. Type of services rendered, rat pest monster removal. Moving on. Have you at any time engaged in the wholesale trade of rawhide in the White Orchard area?
That's the cows. They're specifically mentioning the cows right there. Killing the cows and then selling the cow hide. So, remember that part. Like, so, they're telling you what the exploits are now. So, never. Say never.
This some kind of joke? Of course not.
Right. Next. During the current fiscal year, have you engaged in the acquisition of bivalves with the express intention of selling the pearls therein?
Even if I have, what's wrong with that?
Article 86, Section 3 of the Tax Code. Whosoever purchases goods at an unseemly low price to take advantage of the seller's ignorance shall be subject to a fine equaling 200% of the earnings from any such a transaction. Sound familiar? And now, please answer. Have you or have you not dealt in said pearls?
So what that is you're basically buying clams from people who sell the clams, and then when you open up the clams for the clam meat, you end up getting pearls, and then you sell the pearls for more than what you paid for the clams. That's that exploit. So we're going to say again, no, because I legitimately haven't done this in this playthrough. But I love how they actually point out what the exploits are to the player. Like, hey, look, these are the exploits we know of that you guys are using. Have you done this? So we're going to say no, never.
No, never done anything of the sort. Witcher's honor.
Now, for the final question. Have you ever unlawfully acquired another man's movable goods? Chattels?
Meaning?
Meaning, have you ever waltzed into someone's home and taken something without their permission?
Well, I mean, we didn't ask them, but they didn't stop us, and it wasn't considered a hostile action, so... So we are super guilty of. We do that all the time, everywhere we go. But we're gonna say no, not never. Okay, so like, Again, this is another exploit because some of you guys maybe have heard me bitch about the peasants. Like, really, you're paying me 50 coins to go and kill this monster that almost killed me, but you got freaking emerald dust and sapphire dust in your house? Those are worth hundreds of crowns. That dust is worth more than what you paid me to risk my life killing this monster over here that I died twice doing, right? So, like, you'll hear me bitch about that, but flip side is I loot the shit out of people's houses. That's why I know that. So we're gonna say no, nuh-uh, never.
Gotta be kidding. The Witcher's code forbids it.
I'm pleased to hear you abide by your guild's bylaws. Now, if you could wait for one moment, compare column B to table 7. Apply the rate for confirmed childless bachelors, a tax credit of 7.3% for practitioners of hazardous professions. It adds up to the crown. I say, good sir, you are exceptionally upstanding.
Yes.
It'd be rude to disagree.
In these times, such civic virtue is a rarity. It must be commended, rewarded. Here.
What's this?
A diploma. I bestow on you the title of tax standing. I'd suggest you frame it. Hang it in a place of honour. Congratulations.
Woo! So when you say no to all of these things... Let's see, did we actually receive it? Because that's the first question. There it is. So we got the taxpayer in good standing diploma. Let's see if we can hang it up. Manbear was correct. You are like a book of knowledge. No matter the game you're streaming, very informative. Scareborne, the book of knowledge. Yeah, I try to be. You know, I like to play games that I have enough information about to make it interesting to listen to me prattle on while we're in between the exciting fighting bits or in between dialogues, right? Because if I'm just as ignorant about it as a person who's never touched the game, then I'm not a very informative person to go and hang out and watch. Now am I? Nor am I very entertaining if I can't give you information that interests you that's pertaining to the subject matter. So I do try to stick to games that I have some level of knowledge with.
That Uma, the ugliest man alive and the victim of a curse, was the key to finding the young woman. Geralt needed to lift the curse, so he took Uma to the home of the world's greatest specialists on dark spells, to the Witcher's fortress of Kaer Morhen.
Like, I really wish that there was a good Warhammer game that wasn't a strategy game that I could play for you guys. Because, like, my favorite Warhammer game is Dark Crusade. But Dark Crusade isn't something that I think you guys would find entertaining to watch. And as a result, it's like I can't talk about Warhammer, or I choose not to talk about Warhammer, rather, because it's not fitting whatever games we're portraying for you guys. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Can I hang this up? Nope, I can't place my diploma here. It won't let me display the diploma. So let's go ahead and at least put it in the good old safe box. The stash box. Let's deposit those. This. One more level. What? Well, 2 more levels. Got to get to level 35 before we can wield that amazing sword that levels up with us. Isn't that fantastic? I am so excited to wield that sword, man. All right, so we're going to put the taxpayer in good standing diploma inside of our box. There we go. Man, I cannot wait. You know what? I'm thinking maybe we should just pull this sword out and bring it with us. Blade of the Bits has gone up 2 levels since we've picked it up. Okay. Alright. Let's redo our buffs here. It's great. Absolutely love streamers that are knowledgeable about the games they play. Yeah. I find them more entertaining myself personally as well. So that's kind of part of the reason why I do it that way is, you know, what would I like to see? Okay, then that's what I'm going to show others, you know. Man, there's got to be... Why am I Oxenford drunk? No, that's not it. Let's go pick up the quest for this. Let's go do this. I'm gonna go lurk mode. Oh, wait. Let's back up there. I used to play the tabletop game non-40k, an entire chaos army led by the bloodthirster himself, Crone. Scareborne, gonna go to lurk mode. Need to get ready for vet hard mode trial with Mike coming up shortly. Thanks for the stream. We'll keep tab open. Outstanding. And unless there's a Legion broadcaster alive when I end later tonight, we'll probably be raiding over to Mike as well. Unless there's a Legion broadcaster, because you know me, I will always give the Legion broadcast team priority on my raids. So, but chances are we'll be over there. Hey, man, I'm doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well as also. So, Warhammer 40,000. I actually have quite a few models. Yes, I do the tabletop version as well. I love the tabletop version. It is such a fun game. It really is. And then painting the models. I have
His long search for Ciri led Geralt to conclude that Uma, the ugliest man alive and the victim of a curse, was the key to finding the young woman. Geralt needed to lift the curse. So he took Uma to the home of the world's greatest specialists on dark spells. To the Witcher's fortress of Scareborne.
The work in your fields gets done so quickly.
As I was saying, I've got a 2,000 point Space Wolf Space Wolf chapter army for that, and that one I actually have. It's larger than 2,000 points, but it's interchangeable. So I have a few variations of a 2,000 point army for the Space Wolves that I can field. I also have a Catachan army, and I have a 1,000 Suns army. I have a custom knight that I did up in Space Wolf livery. And oh, I got the steampunk dwarves from Age of Sigmar, the ones that are up in with the air blimps and stuff. I got those models. And yes, all of my stuff is painted. Assembled and painted. And then, what else do I have? Oh, I've got the main characters for the Space Wolf army. I've got Bjorn Fellhand. Bjorn Ironside Fellhand, or whatever his name is in that category. The Wolf Priest, the old Ulrich Space Wolf Priest guy. I got him.
Hi, mate! Your mug's not familiar. What is it you want?
Looking for Olgierd von Everec.
Ah, that'll be inside.
And I also got the leader, the current leader of the Space Wolves, the Chapter Master, with his Space Wolf sled being pulled by the two Timber Wolves. Yeah, it's I've got an extensive collection. I also got a special unique model of a commissar that's Serena Rain, one of the few female commissars. I actually have her model too.
Olgierd von Everec. I'm looking for him.
None here by that name.
I was told I'd find Olgierd von Everec here.
Someone's made an arse of you, brother.
So maybe you can make up for that and help me, brother.
Something tells me you and me have got different mums.
All right, Ungus, you've had your fun. I'm all-geared. Tell me, what brings you here?
No, I'm all geared.
You? Not likely. I'm all geared.
You're all geared. That it?
Got it right at last.
One man split into 3 bodies. Not interested in his balls, so which of you's got his brain?
That's right. Put you all in the spot.
Not laughing. Guess that means you didn't get the brain.
Nope. I'm the one got his fists.
Go on, give it to him.
Oh, come on. Come on, roll away, Geralt. Geralt, why are you not rolling? You're okay, so you're not dodging, dude.
Pathetic.
For whatever reason, Geralt's not dodging here.
His long search for Ciri led Geralt to conclude that Uma, the ugliest man alive and the victim of a curse, was the key to finding the young woman. Geralt needed to lift
reset
the
that
curse.
anyways. He was gonna kill me.
So he took
with the hit
Uma
that he
to the
was
home
already
of the
swinging.
world's greatest specialist on dark spells. To the
And now I got to
Witcher's
account for the fact that
fortress
he's not going to
of
dodge during this
Scareborne.
fight. So he's not going to dodge during this fight, which means that I need to brute force this person. Oh, that's so fantastic. All right, fine. I'll brute force it. You guys want violence of action? You got violence of action now. I know nothing, literally nothing about the 40k era. I strictly played the See, you keep saying chaos, but I'm not understanding. There's chaos in 40k, and there's chaos in Age of Sigmar. So which one are you doing it with? Because both of them have the Crone Bloodthirster. Both of them have chaos. So is it the Sigmar side of the house that you're playing? The fantasy, Warhammer fantasy? Like the medieval weaponry stuff? Or are you running with like Chaos Space Marines with your Bloodthirsters? Which has his balls? Nice blocks your face. Good hard bone there, right? I mean, for Geralt, yeah, absolutely. Why did you bring out your candle, man? Put your candle lantern away. We're gonna skip the dialogue and get back into the fight, because now I got to take into account the fact that there's not going to be any dodge. I wonder if I can pull my weapon.
Oh!
Look at
Skip.
None of you.
I was some
No!
You're all
Got it.
one. Not
Dude. Seriously, Geralt? Geralt's not responding to commands. God damn it. Geralt's not responding to commands. No matter what I'm doing, he's not responding.
Stop being a Nancy.
Geralt literally is not responding. Oh, we've had this problem for so many times. So many freaking times. He's not responding. He needs to respond to commands.
His long search for Ciri led Geralt to conclude that Uma, the ugliest man alive and the victim of a curse, was the key to finding the young woman. Geralt needed to lift the curse. So he took Uma to the home of the world's greatest specialists on dark spells. To the Witcher's fortress of Scareborne.
I don't want to listen to that shit every time. And again, we've had this problem consistently since this next gen update came out, where we will repeatedly be in situations and Garrett will just flat not respond to any commands that you do, no matter what. We've had it where he won't dive underwater, he won't pull his crossbow underwater. Like, he's not dodging in combat. Right there, he wouldn't even throw a punch or block. So, we consistently run into these issues with the next-gen update, and I'm not happy about it. But, be aware if you guys are playing, the next-gen update broke Witcher, and you will have a tremendous amount of bugs now in a game that was previously bug-free. It is just freaking awful now, which is super disappointing because it was a great game, and then they broke it by trying to fix it by making it better. It's like, listen. There's this wonderful saying, and said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But, you know, CD Projekt Red was like, no, it didn't have a Cyberpunk release. We got to have a broken Cyberpunk release. That's the new standard.
Looking for... You're... What?
Violence of action.
You'll never learn. Not good.
Back up, bud.
Go on, give it to him!
Back up. There we go.
Come on, Zorin. Stop being a...
There it is.
You're good. You'd fit right in with our band of merry men. Come on, I'll take you to Olgid.
Violence of action. Yes, Sigmar. Okay, yeah, Sigmar. Sigmar's pretty fun. My wife
Geralt
is,
of Rivia.
my wife does Neferata. She does the vampires and the undead armies. That's the one my wife does.
Bit of advice, Geralt of Rivia. Once you meet Olgid, try and pique his interest.
I gotta pique his interest? He's the one wants a monster dead.
Aye, but he don't need you. Ataman, sir. You've a guest.
Do you know what types of sculptures fetch the best prices? Statues of deities, busts of kings, and nudes. And what have we here? A naked wench. What do you think of her?
Frankly, gotta say I prefer the work of Pax Gernst.
Ah, the Kaviri school. Are you an Oxenfurt man?
No. Know some folk who graduated from there, though.
I used to like Botticelli. The life he could breathe into a chunk of cold stone. But I look at it now, and it seems just a rock, ideally proportioned. Not a flaw on its surface. Painfully perfect. As lifeless and boring as a boulder at the roadside. That's better. More interesting, at the least. Very well. And now to the matter at hand. Let's rejoin the company. Partake of some refreshment first.
Ataman Olgierd, long may he live! Long live the Ataman!
Long live the Ataman! Long live the Ataman!
Come and drink with us!
Well, we haven't a choice now.
Rip sculpture, right? So for those who don't know, this is the Heart of Stone
Fetch us some
DLC
wine, dear.
beginning.
And a nibble or two.
Monster in the sewers. Know anything more?
I've no clue what it is. Only that it's deadly. I'd not have bothered had my cook not become its victim. Oh, the way she prepared game had no equal.
That why she was in the sewers? To fetch game?
Nay. She went to a fair with a sister or cousin, matters not. Daft wench convinced her a prince transformed into a toad lives in the Oxenfurt sewers. And you know women. Each craves a prince and will wade knee-deep through shite to get him. Vissy was no exception in that respect. Down she went, never to return. Wasn't the first, it seems, either. Hey! Leave her be! Is that any way to treat the lord of the manor's daughter? Apologies. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the contract. So, you'll check it?
Yes, we're gonna take it.
Consider the beast gone.
Confident. Bring me its head, and the reward shall be yours.
Woo! So, I do like Ogrid von Erich as a character. I think he's a very well-written and very entertaining character. And typically, the good guy answer, just so everybody's aware, is to side with Ulrich von Erich. Are we going to side with Ulrich von Erich? No. Why are we not going to side with him?
Fear I'll slide off my saddle.
Because I want the Horn of Plenty. The Horn of Plenty, you have the only... Hold on. More dialogue, of course.
Hey,
Listen, I'm just trying to go kill.
Puss papers!
Name's Geralt.
But
I'm
I'm
just trying to
gonna
go kill
call
Frogman.
you Puss Peepers. That a problem?
Get to the point.
Got an offer. Potentially lucrative Puss Peepers. Someone's killed me mate. Name was Clivert. You're to figure out who did it, then cut the bugger's head off.
I'm a witcher, not a manhunter.
Kill an awful lot of them.
I'll fucking stand it! When they deserve it.
And my friend's murderer, he don't deserve it. At least hear me out. Clivert dealt Fistech. A few days passed, he rode to Bowden to take a delivery. Never came back.
Been there? Actually seen his corpse?
No, but Clivert was one damned reliable Orson. We was to meet. He didn't show. Can only mean he's dead. Find the bastard who did this. Find him and kill him. I'll pay top coin.
Need to think it through.
Clivert's got a scar on his forehead, not unlike yours. Spot that, you'll know it's his body.
Said I'd think about it.
Know what, Puss Peeps? One look at a bloke and I know what he's made of. You'll do what I ask. I bet anything on it. Look for me in Oxenfurt! The Alchemy Inn on the main square!
Okay. So, first things first. For those who have not already done so, go over, hit that heart button right there, right? Follow Froggy Pate. He is the newest member of the Legion broadcasting team. Amazing human being, another army veteran like myself. He's a father and a mechanic, and he does a variety of games. Primarily, it's World War Z. However, he's done other things like Back 4 Blood, Ghostbusters. He's done a little bit of ESO and High on Life. So, very entertaining channel. Very cool. And again, Army vet. Gotta support the fellow Legionnaires, your fellow vets, all those things. So, and again, newest member of the Legion broadcasting team. So make sure you guys go over and you hit those follow buttons. Check out their channel. Because again, it's free. And how do we make the community grow? By supporting each other. So, do me a favor and go and support the newest member of the broadcast team. How you doing, Froggy Pate? Welcome in, welcome in. What's going on, good sir? Glad to see you got everything fixed. Yes, I am so happy that I got everything fixed too, because we almost didn't have any more Witcher. Puss peepers. Yeah, right? It's because, again, the cat eyes things, which is described in the books too. But Netflix is like, we're not doing that. Well, you shut the hell up, Netflix. You don't know shit about Witcher. They have cat eyes. It's part of the thing that distinguishes them. It's part of the reason why they're always prejudiced. Like, people are always racist against them, too. Epiphany's Lyric. I didn't realize you were a streamer, Epiphany's Lyric. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I'm going to have to go and hit that follow button. Thank you for doing that shout out, Froggy Pate. Where's my follow button? Follow. Yeah, I had no idea you were a streamer. Thanks for the shout out, my friend. Too late. I already did. Ain't not a problem. Saw you and follow. Thanks for the follow. Exhausted, long day at work, relaxing. Occasionally I do. Oh, okay. Cool. Well, I have the follow button clicked, so now whenever you go live, I'm going to be able to be like, oh, hey, he's live. Let's go check this out. It'll be fantastic. All right, so... Isolated hut. There's a... Let's go here. Thanks for the follow. Scare was just beating a dumb man. I was just beating up a dumb man. Because he didn't have the brains. Still never figured out who had the balls. Probably the chick. She probably had bigger balls than all the dudes there. At least that would be my guess.
Everyone to me! To me!
You know what? I know what's going to happen when I go down there. I know what's going to happen, and it's not going to be fun. But there's an Oxenfurt drunk quest we can pick up real quick here.
What can I get you, good sir?
Because that's going to end poorly for us. And I would rather have the next set of armor before I walk in and do the sewer quest. Because that one's a rough quest. And it's not that the quest itself is rough, it's what happens afterwards. Because of what a fantastic name. It is! Epiphany's Lyric. That is such a cool name. It is very unique, for sure.
Here to talk about
so yeah,
the contract.
if you guys haven't hit the follow button, make sure you guys do it, because
yes.
I definitely want to check it out now that I know about it.
Something of the sort.
Looks like ESO.
Seems a creature's attacking
we have a
lonely
huge ESO community
passers-by,
here, so that's
abandoning
fantastic.
their corpses in gutters around Oxenfurt.
Isn't that something you should look into?
Perhaps, but we've a ploughing war to win. Haven't got the time to clean gutters.
I'll take the job. Need to hear some details.
You'll learn everything I know.
Like to examine the victims' bodies.
A corpse is a corpse.
I see the wounds. Might be able to tell what kind of monster killed them.
Ask our Sawbones. He'll know if the corpses have been burned or not. You'll most likely find him in the hut on the riverbank. Our impromptu morgue.
Any witnesses to these attacks? Anyone see the beast?
Some woman survived an attack. They say she's not been sober since. I'd try the tavern in Oxenfurt if you're willing to try talking to her.
Won't give me any trouble with the reward, will you?
Nah, I want this out of my hair.
All right. Stretch. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Runahay, both for the compliment and the follow. Not much wrong with paint. How are you? I'm good, exhausted from working. I'm finally relaxing till later when I get online. That is outstanding. Let me do that stretch for you real quick, bud. Okay. Thank you for that. So, while we got everybody here, just a reminder. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, on this channel, my wife will be the host. And it will be a Gwent tutorial on the Skellige deck and everything Gwent related. So if you guys are interested in either A, showing up to meet my wife, or B, doing the Gwent stuff, definitely make sure you're present. Keep an eye on those notifications. That is the event for tomorrow. I'll be in the audience under her screen name as a viewer, so that'll be fun.
Long live Radovid!
Long live Radovid. Let's go talk to the medic first, okay? The medic's gonna be the first one we're gonna discuss matters with.
Stay out of my way.
Woo! Hey, bud.
You the medic? I'd like to see the monster's victims.
Oh, yes. I've not had them burned yet. Must get to that.
You done autopsies yet? Intend to?
Why would I? Beggars and vagrants. Every last one stinking of cheap wine.
Mind if I have a look?
In point of fact, I'd prefer you didn't sniff around.
Gonna make me come back with a written order?
Good grief. Pushy, aren't we? Here, the key to the morgue. Look all you want.
Man, what a dick. He's not even gonna do the autopsy to determine cause of death because of their class in society. Man, you need to find yourself a new doc, a new medic, a new mortician, right? Like, you need to replace him.
He was drunk. Someone dragged him over the cobblestones. Fang marks on his neck. Vampire sucked his blood. Vampire bites and the strong stench of alcohol. Just like the other one.
Woo! Sounds cool. I know nothing of Gwent, so I have to. So if I have an open schedule during that time, I shall definitely tune in. Outstanding. Yeah, Gwent's actually pretty fun. In Witcher 3, Gwent, not the standalone Gwent. Standalone Gwent is its own separate entity altogether. It doesn't even have the same format as the Witcher 3 Gwent, so. But the Witcher 3 Gwent, definitely pretty cool. Boop, boop, boop.
Oh, will you buy a round for a victim of the beast?
Tell me about the monster. How you were attacked.
I'd need another bottle to get through it.
Let's do the calming thing.
I think you'll tell me everything I need to know. Bottle or no bottle.
Yes, I will. I was leaving the inn that night. Might have had a drink or 5. I'm sure I wasn't hallucinating. Something down an alley called my name. It was dark. I couldn't see what it was, but it wasn't no human. Of that I'm certain.
What makes you so sure?
I just know. This thing grabbed the hem of my skirt, but I broke free and ran.
That it? You didn't see much.
Don't believe me either, do you? Fuck you! Fuck you all!
Okay. So, let's first check here if I have... Because this quest, I do know this quest, and it's going to require... Hey, we got the wine. We do have our White Wolf wine. Let's go get drunk on our White Wolf wine, shall we? That'll be exciting. This is going to require us to get drunk to do this quest. Like, legitimately, that is part of the requirements.
A bracelet. Pretty worn. Silver under the gilding. Too big for a woman's wrist. Attacker lost it, most likely. Fondness for jewelry. Wounds on the victims' bodies. Everything suggests a Catacan. Except this vampire likes the blood of drunkards. That's the way to lure it out.
Are you gonna make me do... Oh, they're gonna make him drink subpar alcohol. Such a shame, such a shame.
I remember you. What'll it be?
Have you heard anything from Cabin or Mon Ami? She seems super happy. She was super happy, right? As far as Cabin and Mon Ami Fawn goes, Cabin has been keeping up with his Spotify. And Mon Ami Fawn and Cabin are getting things situated in their real life still. You know, holidays and all that, super busy. And then she had that new job change that she ended up taking. and Cabin also had a new job come up, so like they're super busy still, and they're still trying to get their everything in order. But I have been in touch with them, and they are planning on coming back at some point in the future once everything kind of like calms down in their real world and becomes more stable, and then they can actually put a designated amount of time aside every week or so, or every day or so, to be able to come back to the community for broadcasting purposes. But yeah, no, I am in touch with them, and they do have full intentions of coming back. They're just trying to get everything sorted. But like I said, Cabin is still doing his Spotify podcasts on horror stuff. So if you guys are interested in that, that's still getting updated regularly. Just wondered how they were. Oh yeah, they're fantastic. They're just like I said, everything's getting situated, and I'm sure they'll. I'll let them know you asked. I'm sure they'll appreciate it.
Trouble with the lass, or did your enterprise go under?
Neither. Just part of the job.
I'll need you to pay in advance.
So it has to be cheap wine. That's why we can't drink the White Wolf wine.
And keep it coming.
All right, Geralt's trashed. Woo! This is one of the two situations where Geralt gets drunk.
Once was a maid from Vicovaro. Tight at night she'd be loose come morrow. Early in the morning, another maid from Vicovaro. Loud with pleasure and drank with sorrow till early in the morning.
He's just wandering around stumbling drunk, singing.
I'll try another verse.
You can't run when you're drunk, apparently. I think it'd be funny to have Geralt like run and like stumble and fall and just laugh and keep singing on the ground. I think that would be hilarious and realistic.
Our third maid was not demanding. Gave it up to any man standing early in the morning.
What's the meaning of this? Such rudeness and vulgarity, young people these days.
All right.
Young people? Sheesh. Dude, do you not know how old Geralt is? Geralt is anything but young, okay? Geralt, no. At the timeline here that this game is taking place, Geralt is between 98 and 99 years old. Like, he's not a young person, okay?
I sense your blood.
Come out and fight, bitch.
I shall drink your blood.
Come on, cut the shit.
Here I am.
And we need... Oh, shoot. I forgot to equip Black Blood. Oh, come on. Where's my Black Blood? Oh, shoot. Where is the Black Blood? Is it at the top here? Shouldn't be. No. Oh, there it is. Let's do this. Bam. Come out and fight, bitch. Right? Like, he's got some pretty good one-liners that are surprising.
Where's that damned Catacan?
Because it's like Netflix's extent of Geralt's one-liners and personality that they decided to include was fuck. And that was it. It's just like, are you kidding me? No, you don't understand how fantastic Geralt's sarcasm is. And his, like, insults, or when he's trying to egg something on to fight him. Like, he is such a funny character. He really, truly is. And it was such a missed opportunity that Netflix didn't lean more into that. But yeah, he's got some fantastic one-liners. And then the fact that Geralt is so emotionless when he says things most of the time, it makes them even funnier.
It's going to the hut by the river.
We're doing this, and I need more Black Blood. All right, bud. Let's go.
While you still
Aha! You gotta love having black blood. If you fight a vampire of any kind, which there are several different types of vampires, always, always, always make sure you have black blood actively being used. Okay? I cannot express the level of importance for any vampire fight of any type, because there are, again, many, many, many kinds. As we can see here, close my camera real quick so you guys can see this. Vampires. So look at all of these types of vampires here. We got Bruxas, we got Sarsti, Catechans, higher vampires, Gale, Ekamoras, Detloff, Van der Eretine, more Bruxas. So, black blood, if you're gonna fight a vampire, is super, super, super important. What does black blood do? Well, black blood, when the Witcher's blood injures and knocks back vampires and necrophages when they would wound him. So when they go to do damage to him, it knocks him back and hurts him instead. So super important. Make sure you do it. Word is Henry Cavill won't be back to play Roland. Yeah, no, Liam Hemsworth is taking over the role. And quite simply, it came down to the fact that Netflix was openly disdainful of the existing lore and proceeded to call the fans of the Witcher novels toxic because they were fans of the novels. So it was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, they were destroying and ignoring lore, and Henry Cavill's only request was stay true to the books. Netflix openly refused and made statements to the effect of openly refusing to do that. So, yeah, no, he's gone because of those reasons. And it's also another reason why I won't support Netflix. Because, like, not only are you going to insult your community, like the community fan base of this pre-existing world, but then you're going to, on top of that, deliberately state that you're ignoring the lore and changing it because it doesn't fit your political narrative, because it's not as modern. That's not how these things work.
Killed the monster that was murdering folk. Turns out a Catachan was prowling the city.
You speak true. But what on earth's a Catachan?
A higher vampire. Particularly interesting case, this one.
How the hell could a foul beast be interesting?
This one liked alcohol. Had a hugely inflated ego, too.
What matters is you snuffed it out. Due some praise for that, Witcher.
So long.
Woo! We completed it. And that gave us our level 34, which means now we can wear the master-crafted variation of our armor. Outstanding. But guess what, folks? That's sad because he played that role to a T. I agree 100%. He was a spot on Geralt, because he took the combination of the book Geralt and the video game Geralt and created a character using the two. And he did it beautifully. Totally agree with you 100%. Okay, so without further ado, it is that time where I got to get my grandkids round up and get them into bed. So what we're going to do is we're going to raid out. Going to go see the amazing Mr. Macon the Wise, who's running a vet trial today. So make sure you stick around for the raid. And when we get in there, what's the most important thing to do? Type something in chat. Let them know you're there. Why? Because it makes the streamers feel good. And when you make the streamers feel good, they want to keep coming back and producing more content. And amazing individuals like Mr. Mike Macon are just a precious gem to our streaming community. And we want to make sure that we are showing that support and we're showing their appreciation by saying at least hi when we show up there. So let's get that underway. And again, a reminder, tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my wife will be on my channel. She will be the host. I will be in the chat as a viewer. So please join us in this raid and join us again tomorrow as we do a Gwent Skellige tutorial. And all of you must do this important thing. You must have an outstanding rest of your day. Till next time, see you later.